Hello, and welcome to Erin Twibbles Around Aimlessly. I'm Erin, and on this channel, I talk about budget planning, debt elimination, and lifestyle, especially about paying off our consumer debt and mortgage using the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck method. If these topics pique your interest or curiosity, then stick around and click those like and subscribe buttons. In this video, I am walking through creating our overall January budget, our roadmap for the month. Timestamps are down in the description box and also a pinned comment if you want to jump to any content areas. So let's get started. Now, I like to start off my month by having a look at where we are sitting going into it. So looking at our balances that we currently have. This helps for seeing our progress, not only month to month, but also from the start of the year to the end of the year. And so I start off with our balances for our three key areas: savings and sinking funds, our cash envelopes, and of course, our debt. For savings and sinking funds, we have 7. So at the end of 2020, in our emergency, we had $1,426. In our registration for our vehicles, $2,722. For utilities, we had $1,155, and then for maintenance we had $150. We had a few things come up with the house and with the cars last year that took a pretty big chunk out of that, so we're going to have to be replacing it. Christmas we have 0 because I spent it all. Birthdays and holidays is new, so there is 0 in there, and subscriptions is also new, so there is 0. So that gives us a starting balance for the year of $5,503. Next is our cash envelopes. This isn't really something that tends to have money at the beginning, but it's very important for looking at the end of the month. And this helps for trimming the budget or making any tweaks. So in all of our funds, because I clear them out at the end of each month with the exception of health. So groceries, household, spend, our doggos, fuel, and transport are all reset to 0. Health is at $227, and we're actually looking at making this a sinking fund just because I have quite a bit more variation in what I'm spending per month, because it really depends on how many doctor's appointments I have, and so I have to roll that over, and it might just be easier as a sinking fund. But for now, that gives us $227 that we are starting with. And last, we have our debt. So we only have 3 debts. 2 of them are consumer debt, and then the last one is our mortgage. And so the consumer debt is what we're focusing on for 2021. On our credit card, we have $12,216. And on our loan, we have $29,760. That gives us a total of $41,936 in consumer debt. Then we can add in the mortgage. We only built our house 3.5 years ago. Well, 3 years ago. It took 6 months to build. So our mortgage is still relatively new, and we are sitting at $403,511. So that gives us a grand total for all of our debt to start at the beginning of both January and 2021, $445,447. So this is where we are starting, and then we can move to what our income and expenses are going to be. That brings us to the second step, and this is from the Budget Mom, and it's basically one of the pages out of her workbook, but she also provides it, I think, for like $2 or something on as a downloadable printable on her website. And for this, you list out your income, your bills, your envelopes, your sinking funds, and then anything that you're paying to extra debt and anything that you might be paying extra into your savings. And so we already know right now we're targeting our extra debt, so I already have the credit card written in there. So starting with income. Our income is actually very consistent. I am paid fortnightly. My husband is paid weekly. We receive money weekly from our son, and then other income. So this other income is any reimbursements that we might have, or money that comes back from our sinking funds that we then have to use, that we then use to pay off other debts as those bills are due. That's the purpose of the sinking fund. So for me, $6,356 will be what I bring in for January. For my husband, he has a bit more that comes out in salary sacrifice, so $4,100. The child gives us $200, $50 per week. That is for his registration and insurance on his vehicle because he's still on our family plan. And our other is $2,831, and this is again from sinking funds, from a reimbursement check for a hospital stay that I had, and then also just another random reimbursement check that that our private health sent to us. I was like, hey, I'll take it. So a total income of $13,587. So this is what we're working with, and our goal is to make that zero. Next is our bills. So what bills do we have and how much are they going to be? Our bills fluctuate between being weekly or monthly or one-off per year. It just depends on which one. So our credit card is once a month, and that is $273. Minimum, obviously we are paying much, much more. Our loan and our mortgage, we actually are able to pay those weekly. That's a nice thing that you can do in Australia. So this will change if we have a 5-week month, but our personal loan is $1,096. Our mortgage is $1,480. Private health cover, this is what we pay on top of our public. So, well, we don't pay for our public. Well, we do, it's in our taxes, but it's like 2%. But this is for our private cover and our private extras. And that is paid weekly. Our home insurance is paid monthly, so that is $230. Insurance for all of our vehicles, $217. $50 for my mobile phone. Internet and cable is $114. And then I also have a pool membership because for exercise I swim, and then I also do my physical therapy that way. And in January, we have 4 set yearly bills. So we have Dropbox, which is $185. Disney Plus, which here it is $90. I'm not sure if that's the same as what it is in the U.S. or if that is slightly higher or even slightly, I doubt that it's less. It's as if they charge extra for it just to be tunneled here or something. Car registration. One of our car registers is due. That is $760. Registering a car in Australia is expensive. And we do it multiple times per year. We are clearly gluttons for punishment. And our water bill has come due, and that was $343. So our total in bills this month, $5,287. $229. If we subtract that from our income total that we had up above, then that gives us a leftover of $8,308. I will bring that down here to our cash envelopes. We do a combination of physical cash and digital cash, just depending on what it is. We had to switch to digital for a while there in 2020, but we've slowly been able to get back to doing cash. Groceries. Groceries, we pay $1,400 per month. This is when we're going to be working on reducing household. 200 spend is 200. That's $100 each. Me, my husband. We really don't spend all too much. Our groceries includes, we don't really do eat out or takeaway, but if we do, our pups and their food. We have 2 very large dogs, and they come to about $300, about $150 a fortnight, $300 a month. Fuel, our Whopper is $2,000, and we will use every cent of that. I think the other day when my husband fueled up, it was $1.47 a liter, and there are 4 liters to a gallon, so there's a comparison for you. Transport, we have toll roads, toll bridges. If you can put a toll on it, they have put a toll on it. $342 per month, and then health, this is that medical I was talking about, $250. And I will be drawing on probably some of the money from last week. So that gives us $3,192 and a leftover of $5,116. So that $5,116 we can bring to our carryover. Now we get to our sinking funds. Our emergency is $80 that we put aside. Our registrations, this month will be putting aside $470. I'm not kidding. Our registrations come to just under $10,000 per year for all of the vehicles. Utilities, $370. Maintenance, $380. Christmas, $100. Birthdays and holidays, $50. And subscriptions, $32. And since the subscriptions is our lowest, that's actually birthdays and holidays is $80. That gives us a total of $1,512. But because the subscription one is really so low, we're going to try and just knock that out a bit quickly and then just get it off the list. So now we have left over $3,604, and that is what gets to go to our debt. And so because one of those checks was medical, we just earmarked it for going back to the credit card. And with the $2,100 we were already going to pay, that means we are going to be paying this month $3,500 on that credit card, and that will be broken out. Each week an additional payment will be made. So our extra debt total, $3,500 with $104 left over. So that 104 comes down here to extra savings. We are going to throw that at our subs. 104 gives us 0 left over, and that is our zero-based budget for January. And this will be tackled on a week-by-week basis. As I said, we're really quite consistent in terms of our bills and when they are due, when we get paid. There are no fluctuations at all. We always get paid every fortnight, either on the so either every fortnight or every week, and those always come through on Wednesday. So, and it just happened to work out that way. So all of our paychecks coming in on Wednesdays. Our health insurance, our private loan, our personal loan, and our mortgage, those always come out on the Tuesday. I will always pay any of our big debts that we have that from our sinking funds up front on the Friday. My pool is due weekly on the Thursday. Sinking funds are on the Thursday. Cash either on Wednesday night or Thursday, and then the other ones are sprinkled throughout and in between. So that is what we are looking at for our January budget. That is our roadmap that we are going to have. I think this will make it much easier to stick to, and it is most definitely doable as well. But we'll see in 30 days how we go overall. So if you are enjoying this or you're intrigued by this journey, I would love to have you follow along. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow along, subscribe, and feel free to drop a few words of encouragement as well. Share how you're going in your personal journey if you have started one. So as always, choose kindness, show gratitude, and keep a positive attitude. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.